So you were just asked this question about if we know these are congruent triangles by a hypotenuse leg, what else do we know is equal? Well, remember, once we have three things, we know the triangles are equal, but there's up to 6 equal parts on a triangle, 3 sides and 3 angles. So once I know the triangles are equal, I know angle E and angle A are also equal. I also know EF is equal to BA. And I also know C is equal to G. So once I know the triangles are equal, I know all the other parts are equal too. This is what we call Cpctc. So go ahead in your notebook and write this down. Cpctc. This stands for corresponding, which is a fancy word for matching, parts of congruent So corresponding parts of congruent triangles are congruent. That's what it stands for. Cpctc. It's a fancy way of saying once the triangles are equal, we know everything else is equal. So if I know these two triangles are equal, what else can I say is congruent? These are congruent by side, angle, side. So once you know they're equal, I know angle K is equal to angle I. I also know L is equal to H, or LK is equal to HI. Because if the triangles are congruent, all the matching pieces are congruent. So here's our key understanding for today. Once we prove two triangles are congruent, we can use I'm going to write it down here, Cpctc, to prove any additional angles or sides are congruent. And you'll see what I mean in a second when we do an example. Definitely write this down because this is really important and it comes up a lot, and you'll see why in a second. So all this stuff is good stuff, especially that key understanding. So you're gonna be like, this sounds confusing, but nothing really changes with our proof except for the last step. So let's see how it looks. So here's our example. Given AD is parallel to CB and E is the midpoint of AC, prove AD is equal. So we say prove AD is equal to CB. So even though we're proving AD, this line, is equal to this line, we gotta prove the triangles are congruent first. So we still gotta do the triangles first, and then we'll get to that part. So I'm gonna write my statements and reasons. I don't know why I'm using a highlighter. I wanted a pen, but whatever. And then 1, you write down your given. So let's write this one out. So that's what we're given. So we're just going to prove these two triangles are equal. And it's helpful to highlight like what you want to prove is equal, because that'll show you which two triangles I'm talking about. So I put dots. I want those two triangles. Also, we're trying to prove that they're equal, so we don't start with that. That's got to be our last step. So I don't know they're equal yet. So let's figure out what I know. Well, if two lines are parallel and I cut them by a transversal, that means alternate interior angles are equal. So make a Z, corner of the Z. Easiest way to remember that one. So step 2. Angle A to D to E is congruent to angle CBE. And I know that because I had parallel lines and I know alternate interior angles are congruent. Okay, there's 1. Remember, I need 3. Next thing they give me, E is the midpoint of AC. E is the midpoint of AC, this line. That means these 2 lines are equal. A to E is congruent to EC. And what am I using there to figure that out? Right, definition of a midpoint. Right, just look at the given, right? The vocab words right there. So I've got 2 things, but I'm out of givens. I use that one, I use that one. The third thing, or fourth thing, but the third thing equal. Oh, those angles are vertical angles here and here. So angle AED congruent, angle CEB, those middle angles, and because they're vertical angles. And we know vertical angles are congruent. So now that we have 3 things, we know the triangles are congruent. Let me do this in black. So step 5, oh, the triangles are congruent. This is important. We're still proving the triangles are equal first. Triangle, you could just do it. It looks right here. AED, so triangle AED is congruent to triangle CEB. So we prove the triangles are congruent. And it looks like angle, angle, side. So up until now, everything has been exactly the same as our proofs unit. The only difference is going to be this last step. Let me slide up a little. Okay, now I proved the triangles are equal. Well, if the triangles are equal, these 2 sides have to be equal. I don't know why that was terrible coloring. So A to D has got to be equal to BC. So step 6, oh, if the triangles are equal, then I know AD is congruent to CB. And my reason is I know corresponding parts of congruent triangles are congruent. So once the triangles are equal, the matching parts are equal. So basically, I know I use Cpctc when I'm trying to prove angles or sides are equal. So see how what I was trying to prove was sides on this one? I wasn't trying to prove the triangles are equal. That's how I know, ooh, my last step's gonna be Cpctc. But everything else is the same as everything we did last week and yesterday. So prove the triangles are congruent, then the last step is just Cpctc. It's really not that bad once you just realize it's just one more step and you just got to remember the letters. Kind of easy to remember the letters, right? It's 3 C's, PT in between. I don't know, I just made that up. Never thought of that before, but it's like a little PT sandwich in between some C's. All right, so go to the next slide and you're going to do some you-try problems just to get a feel for it. And then the next one will be a video of me answering the question.